Becoming and belonging. A sense of belonging is a precious thing because belonging is a fundamental human need and a precursor to self-worth, self-confidence, and agency. Belonging helps us to become who we are meant to be. In his book, The Search to Belong, author Joseph Myers informs that there are 4 spaces of belonging: public, social, personal, and intimate. It's not that we go from public to intimate in a journey of ever more valuable belonging. Rather, having a sense of belonging in all 4 spaces is essential for relational health. Because in all 4 spaces, we connect, we're committed and participate, and we find the connection significant. Public belonging is like playing bingo every week with 200 other people, or being a Spurs basketball fan. It occurs when people connect through an outside influence, and those kinds of relationships can carry great significance in our lives. Social belonging is like knowing the barista at your local coffee shop or a neighbor you might ask to pick up your mail while you're away on vacation. It occurs when we shape snippets of ourselves, of what it would be like to be in personal space with us. First impressions or best foot forward are operative words here. This provides space for neighbor relationships to develop and a selection space for those with whom you'd like to develop a deeper relationship. Personal belonging. It's like a good friendship that just picks up where you left off no matter how much time you may have spent apart. Or like a close friend with whom we share more about ourselves than we would an acquaintance, but not so much that they'd be uncomfortable. Intimate belonging is like marriage, or very few close friends with whom we share our stripped down or naked experiences and feelings and thoughts. These are people who know the whole truth about us and accept us as we truly are. Moreover, Myers asserts that a healthy strategy for those working to build community entails allowing people to grow significant relationships in all 4 spaces. So, how do all of these definitions apply to our congregation? We're a public space, albeit we rarely have more than 80 or so people here at once. Unitarian Universalist congregations are well known for being social. From a personal space of belonging, we often have people return after living in other cities or even other states, and we welcome them back with open arms. In intimate belonging, it's a natural occurrence that sometimes people struggle with loss of employment and the death of loved ones, and we, the leaders and the entire congregation, is openly available to hold and nurture one another until they feel steady again. I would say when a congregation is dissected in that way, it's a pretty nice place to belong, no matter where you are on your spiritual journey, because we hold a place for all 4 spaces. This is a precious place that shelters those who love and strive and share, who know the world to be a troubled place, but dare to struggle with imperfections toward a brighter hope and a better day. This is a dwelling place for courage, for integrity, of funny moments, jokes and smiles and tears, and for love that speaks of we and means all of humankind. It's a place that welcomes all people, all ages, and all generations. It's a place of kindness, of daring for the good. Its blessing is in the lives that meet within, in living, learning, caring, and are sheltered here. It's no coincidence that you were invited here by a friend, or you happen to live close enough to drop in one Sunday to see what we Unitarian Universalists are about. Perhaps you came across something in the news, and there were people holding banners that read, "Standing on the side of love." Some folks were even wearing stoles with the same message. That would grab anybody's attention and pique interest in people with a message of love. Our spiritual quest begins at birth, and no one knows where the journey will lead. Sometimes our becoming is dramatic, and sometimes our becoming is gradual, a kind of unfolding and changing and shifting over time. Always, it is lifelong, which isn't to say we aren't already who we are, and we are that too. We are already ourselves the minute we are born and every minute thereafter. We are full selves for every second, every month, every year of our lives. And we are also becoming ourselves, growing and stretching. In the growing time of my life, my soul experienced something like growing pains. I became a wife, a mother, a minister, and a middle-aged person. The old me seemed fine, the one I was yesterday. And yet, when I came out the other side, I invariably thought, yes, this is the me I was supposed to become. This is who I am until next time. Who are you going to be today and tomorrow? Who are we all becoming together? We all long to go home to some place where there are people to whom we can speak without having our words catch in our throats, and find a circle of arms open to receive us and eyes that light up as we enter a room. Some place where we can be free to use our voices, and the people in that place will celebrate us whenever we come into our own power. And somewhere along the way, the inner voice became so strong and so loud that it led us all to Unitarian Universalism, to a place that beckoned and called us into people that believe love trumps hate, called us into a heart home to nourish our soul and share our gifts if willing, because ours is a community that holds open all possibilities. People often say that they are attracted to Unitarian Universalism because they love the idea of coming to a place with so many like-minded people. Now, I completely understand what that means, but Unitarian Universalist congregations are not filled with people who all think exactly alike. And honestly, I wouldn't want to be with a bunch of people who think just like me all the time, because there are the places that many of us left behind when we came to this denomination. Our English-speaking traditions are firmly rooted in the Enlightenment and under the principality of King John Sigismund in Eastern Hungary. Francis David told us over 450 years ago that we do not have to think alike to love alike. The lineage of our liberal faith stretches back to Unitarians who today are found in Hungary, Romania, and Transylvania. And I do want to be in a beloved community where I don't have to think like everyone else to be loved or to be eligible for salvation. I want to be with people who value compassion, justice, love, and truth even though they may have different thoughts and opinions about many other things. I want to be with independent-minded people with good hearts, people who have many names and no name at all for the holy, and are also comfortable dwelling in the mystery of the unknowable. I want to be with people who see goodness and dignity in me, but who also see my shortcomings and love me anyway, and be willing to walk the tightrope of life and will hold my hands as I walk mine. People who feel their interconnection with all of existence and will let it guide their feet upon the earth. I want to be with people who see life as a paradox, but don't always rush to resolve and will allow the church to call them into a different way of being in the world, who will encourage, support, and yes, even challenge each other to a higher and more ethical way of living. I want to be with people who inspire one another to follow the call of the Spirit, people who covenant to be honest, engaged, and kind, who strive to keep their promises and hold me to the promises I make. I want to be with people who give of themselves, who share their hearts and minds and gifts. People who know that human community is often warm and generous, but sometimes challenging and almost always a grand adventure. With people that Marge Piercy describes as those who submerge in a task, stand in line and haul away in their place, and move in a common rhythm when the food must come in or the fire put out. For you who are new members in this congregation and are unfamiliar with the history of Unitarian Universalism, that's who we are. A band of heretical outliers. But as the song says, we are no caravan of despair. There's no me without you. We shape one another. The sacred that birthed us weaves our lives together so that we can only find ourselves through shared becoming. For my journey and all its winding ways, for yours and for all those who labored for what it is, all the kin whose lives made ours possible, for all those yet to come, for whom living our truth today will mean breaking possibilities open for them tomorrow. We pause, we give thanks,